Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. I want to start off first things first, and all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Petty Hebrew time is created as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders, the great millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Got a very, very important high holy day coming up, Yahshua Allah. It's Passover. And it's going to start March 13th at sundown, at evening time. And this should be a very special Passover because the Lord is going to do a sign in heaven. It's supposed to be a blood moon. So all of us are hoping that, Lord willing, this is the last Passover. And the Passover is the time to really reflect on our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah and the sacrifice he made, and also reflect on getting up out of here. Because on the Passover, our forefathers fled Egypt and went into the promised land, Israel. So that's where our mindset should be at. We should be thinking about, disengaging from this place, spiritually and mentally. So this giving you a heads up. So if anybody's going to do the Passover, observe it, they can start getting prepared. And I'm going to show this right here because it's going to show this Passover going to be different, man. Lord willing, something big go down, because that's like no coincidence. On our Passover, we're going to have a blood moon. Check that out, lunar eclipse. That's major, Yahshua. Major right there. And that's that sign, man. So we'll start off with that. Let's get it. And this is Acts 2:19. And it reads, "And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood, fire, and vapor of smoke." So right on our path, so we're going to get a blood moon. And that's a major sign right there, man. I'm hoping like something really, really big happens to really speed up prophecy and we can get up out of here. So Lord willing, this be the last Passover. So let's get this right here. And then we're going to get into, the scriptures on how to observe the Passover. It's a very, very important high holy day. I would say the most important. Apostles elders can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a major because it marks the new year and it sets the whole tempo for we about to go into. So let's get it. This Judges 5:11. It says, "They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates." So we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Do not feel bad if you can't do the Passover like it's written in the scriptures, because we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Our forefathers already came out of ancient Egypt, and we're looking to be delivered out of the new age, modern day Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, America. And a lot of us got apartments. None of us have, some of us don't, a lot of us don't have land to grow our own lambs, get our own sheep. We're supposed to have a sheep with no blemish. Matter of fact, let's get to it. And I'll just run it down as we read it. So if you want to know about Passover, you'll go to Exodus chapter 12. And it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying," verse 2, "This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." So right there, Lord let us know the new year is the Passover. So March 13th at sundown, that's the new year. It ain't no January 1st, the middle of winter. No, it's doing spring. March 13th at sundown will march spring, which is the new year. So we'll be going into the new year after March 13th. And then you go to verse 3, it says, "Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they should take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house." So we're doing it on the 13th because we go by the moon cycle. So the days are not going to be the same because these devils done messed the days up using their Gregorian calendar. So we're going to be on the 13th, and it tells us to take a lamb. We got to buy a lamb. We're in captivity. We're not like our forefathers. We don't have, land with lambs. Maybe some of us do, but majority of us don't. So you just go buy some lamb and make sure there's no, because I know these people be messing up, man. Make sure there's no leaving in the lamb. Because I one time I went to a Jewish store thinking they was going to have some stuff that'd be good, and they had leaving in the lamb. I'm like, what the heck? Y'all some devils, man. So just watch for that, Yashara. Get some good lean lamb, and just look at the ingredients, and Lord willing, ain't no leaving in it. So it said, check out verse 4, and it says, if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Verse 5, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So you're supposed to take the lamb out, one without blemish. Like I said, we don't have that. The best we can do is go to the store, get you like some lamb chops, some lamb, sliced lamb, however you want to do it. And it says, verse 6, and ye should keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And so that's what we're doing on the 13th. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. So you go to verse 7, and they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. So, we don't really strike the blood, drain the blood. Apostle Ramla said you can just put like some red wine on the post. Because really, Yahweh Shai, like he's the covering for that. He's the covering for that. So you don't have to like literally take blood on your post. You can use some red wine as a symbol for that. Strike it on your house. Because that's a sign to make the spirit of judgment pass over your house. Because during that time, Yahweh Shai went and destroyed all the firstborn of the ancient Egyptians, all their children. That was the part of him wiping out Egypt, was getting rid of all the firstborn, the males. Because the nation is built on males, because they carry the seed. So that's why the Lord put the blood on your post, so you don't get dead like the Egyptians gonna get dead. So you can do that as a symbol. That's what I usually take, some red wine, mark it on the house. In verse 9, it says, Salakia, verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. So you need to roast your lamb, and you need to get some unleavened bread. I know that Ezekiel bread doesn't have a leaven in it. You can usually get it at like certain grocery stores. I know here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's Reese's, using it in the freezer. You can use, I want to say, tortillas. I think maybe corn tortillas. You can use that. It doesn't have leaven in it, but just check it out. I know it's a certain type of tortilla you can use if you don't have the unleavened bread, because I use Ezekiel bread. And you just wrap your lamb in the bread, and it says with bitter herbs that should eat it. So some brothers use like relish, onions. You're supposed to use a herb that don't taste good. So radish, onion, any type of herb that don't taste good. It's supposed to be bitter. It ain't supposed to be good. This is not a lamb chop dinner. It's not supposed to be all tasty. So you're supposed to have that bitterness, because they represent, the bad things we went through as a nation. So you got your lamb, you put your bitter herbs on it, you wrap it in your unleavened bread, and you eat it. And you eat it in haste. Because our forefathers ate it in haste because they had to hurry up and get up out of Egypt. So we carry that same tradition. You eat it, eat it quick like you about to go somewhere. And it says, verse 9, eat not of it raw, nor solder at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. Verse 10, and ye shall not let the nothing remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. So the rest of the lamb, you can burn it. I know Apostle Ramla said you can just throw it in the trash if you're in an apartment, because you said, you ain't trying to get the police called on you. Usually what I do, I might throw it in the barbecue grill and just light it up and burn it all up. That's how I usually do. So if you got that at your disposal, you can do that. Or Apostle Ramla, like I said, Apostle Ramla said you can just throw it in the trash. But you're supposed to get rid of the lamb after that night. In verse 11, it says, and thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. So like I said earlier, you're supposed to eat it quickly, or with all your clothes on like you're about to go somewhere. So don't be all chilling in your little pajamas and you know, it's not like a festival. I know there's a lot of Eves treat this like a festival. They think you're supposed to do the Hebrew stanky leg and celebrate. No, it's a solemn assembly. It's a serious thing. And you're supposed to be in the spirit of, we about to get up out of Babylon the Great. There's not no lamb chop dinner, and we supposed to have festivities and make mirth. No, we're supposed to be focused on getting out of Babylon the Great. That's why you eat it. We eating it. We talk. We about to go somewhere. I noticed me and my Akim used to get together. I'm gonna put a post in there of the pastor. I want to say Apostle Ramla is leading it, so you can see what it looks like. I know me and Akim get together and do something, and usually do a little sit down, and get the spirit going. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's not a celebration thing. It's not a, have a good little meal and talk and ha, drink some ayan, and it's not that type of party. It's a serious situation because we seriously got to get out of here. This place is cooked. It's done. It's only going to get worse. And we need the Lord to have that grace and mercy on us for that angel of death, that death angel to pass over us. Because a lot of Israelites about to get put to death. Because a lot of them don't know about the Passover. A lot of them in the spirit of mirth. They caught up in Babylon the Great. And when Esau decides to jump on them and get them judgment, it's going to happen. So we got to be in the spirit to be vigilant, and really watching out and really be in the mindset to disengage and get away from here. So I'm going to go to verse 20. It says, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt will I execute judgment. I am the Lord." So that's why we put the blood on the post. Because like I said earlier, the Lord just said there, man, the spirit of judgment going to run out, I believe, on Passover. It's a blood moon. So expect to wake up and there's going to be a lot of people that got some judgment. These devils can cut the lights out, decide to do a cyber attack. We'll just have to wait and see what goes down. But anything can happen. Because this Passover is looking like it's going to be different than the ones years past. So just being that spirit that, anything can happen at any moment in time. And we definitely need that death spirit to pass over us. Because the Lord back then, you see what he said? He smited all the firstborn in Egypt, man and beast. He broke Egypt down with that move. He took out all the first cattle, chickens, all the males he took out. That hurt their economy and they hurt their generation. When you lose a male, that's the next in line. And they lost all their males that day. And none of their little Egyptian gods, Amun-Ra, none of that saved them. Because those guys don't exist. Only guys exist is ours. Yahweh, Wah Yahweh Shah. That's it. And these people about to know that. Like, I believe the presence of the Lord going to be felt on this Passover. They're going to know it. So go to verse 13. It says, "And this day shall be unto you for memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast of the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever." So that's why we keep the high holy day, keep the Passover. We're supposed to keep it forever, man. Rehearse the righteous acts. And when we get in the kingdom, guess what? We still going to be doing the Passover. This is always going to be a big high holy day in the earth. Well, we're going to do it real big when we in the kingdom. Because Yahweh Shah going to be here. And check out verse 15. It says, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whomsoever eat of leavened bread from that day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. So before the Passover, you put all the leavening out your house. You put all the leavening out your house. You don't eat nothing that got leavening in it. You're going to eat unleavened bread. So whatever unleavened bread you got, each day you're going to eat a piece of that until the 7 days is up. Because once you Passover goes, then you go into the feast of unleavened bread, and that lasts for 7 days. That's why I said from the first day to the 7th day. And you ain't supposed to eat no leavening. You got to remember that, y'all. Don't eat no leavening. It says in verse 16, it says, "In the first day there should be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there should be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work should be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you." So the first day is like a Shabbat, and the last day like a Shabbat. You're supposed to do no work. You're supposed to just eat the unleavened bread. And only work you can do is like preparing a meal. Now, That's where the grace and mercy come in. A lot of us got to work jobs. So a lot of us can't really observe that. That's why I say rehearse the righteous acts, because we can't really do it like we want to because we're in captivity. So don't feel bad if, you can't do this thing perfectly. That's why we have grace. I know a lot of people, it's hard to understand. They want to do it perfectly like the scripture. I'm like, we not in the times. You don't have no land. It said rehearse the righteous acts. So we're going to do this as close as we can. But if you can't do everything perfect, hey, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like, you done, good. No, we have a thing called grace. And then we're going to go to verse 17. It says, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this self same manner day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by ordinance forever. So like I say, you're supposed to put your mindset on getting up out of Babylon the Great. Getting up out of America. Which modern day America is the same as Egypt. It's the modern day Egypt. We better get up out of here because we're in captivity in this land. It's a social economic captivity. We're not in chains, like our forefathers before us, that chattel slavery, but you still are in captivity. You can't do what you want to do. Go speed down that road doing 70 miles per hour and watch, pass the police and see what happened. We don't have sovereignty here. So we must get up out of here. That way we can get back in rulership and putting the ordinance of the Lord back in place. We can't do it. Esau, he makes us, he subjects us to their laws. Now, what we can do is do the Passover, in our households. The devil can't stop that. So check it out. I'm going to read verse 18. It says, in the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye should eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. 7 days. Verse 19, 7 days should there be no leaven found in your houses. So you're supposed to take all the leaven out your house and leave it out for 7 days. Usually what I do, I pack it up. You got a shed or something like that, or a truck or a car, you can put it out there. I kind of just get rid of stuff. Like, I see where they got the turn spring cleaning from. They got it from us, Yasharala, because this is a good time to go through all your bad food and throw stuff out, man. It's a good time to do some cleaning. When you're getting all the leaving it out. That's usually what I do. I get rid of stuff, look at the dates of it, and just throw stuff out, And then you can put the leaving outside your house, and then when it's over with, you can bring, your little, whatever you got, some crackers or something like that, bring it back in. But as far as having the feast of unleavened bread, you're supposed to have no leaven in your house. So it says, whoever shall eat it, that which is leavening, even that soul should be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Verse 20, yes, ye eat nothing leavening. In all your habitations, y'all should eat unleavened bread. So that goes to your house. In your house, eat unleavened bread during the, the feast of unleavened bread. That's what you're supposed to eat. Eat that, boom, boom, boom. Or, it's a good time to do some salads. You can do some stuff like that, but we're not supposed to eat no leavening bread. So all the little crackers and your regular bread, your sandwich, all that, throw all that out. During this time, you might do stuff like some oatmeal, fruit, salads, things like that. It's a good time to really do a fast. I say a fast from certain, really you're gonna fast anyway. You ain't gonna get no leavening in you, but it's a real good time to do. Well, I say you can't do a complete fast because you gotta eat the unleavened bread, but it's a good time, I say, get your diet right. Let me say that. It's a good time, to cut out excess stuff and get a good start. Because usually that's what I do. After the feast of unleavened bread, I might do a fast after that. Just to get my system back right, clear everything out. Because it's good to do that and then to start the year off right. I might go like on a week fast. Go 7 days, just drink some water and just let my system bleed out all them toxins. Because, it's a lot of toxins in this kingdom, man. I got to eat all these preservatives and GMO foods. So for me, I usually, like, after the feast day, I usually do a fast just to start the year off right, Yashua. That's what I do. So then I'm going to just end off with part of verse 21. It says, then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, said to them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. So pretty much, well, I think I'm going to keep on reading. I'm going to read part all the way to 24. It says, verse 22, and ye should take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts of the blood that is in the basin, and none of you should go out the door of his house until the morning. So he'll stay at the house, usually. But people gotta go somewhere, go to work. So that's where that grace come in at. Verse 23, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. So that's that death spirit we need to pass over us. And that's going to go out, I believe, through the spirit real big on this year's Passover. I think it's going to go out major. The Lord's about to take Edomites out because they're the modern day Egyptians. So watch when we get a lot of unaliving. A lot of these little nigga Jakes both get unalived. Like look for that to happen. Because this like, it's no coincidence. It's a blood moon going on. And the Lord about to send out that death spirit, man. He called the destroyer. I mean, people gonna go crazy. So go to verse 24. I'll probably leave off this one right here. And it says, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. You peep that? This is ordinance we're gonna do forever. And I'm gonna really love when we get to do this in the kingdom of heaven with Yahushua with us. And we better do it completely, all the way. Oh, that's gonna be so great. That's gonna be so great, And so in the meantime, we're gonna do this to the best of our abilities. Look for us, the Akim, the Tulsa camp. We'll probably put out a good little sit down. That's what we usually do. And I'll put in the clip Apostle Ramla doing a Passover. You see how they do it. They do it real great. You can see what it really looks like. That's what we try to do to the best of our abilities. And it's a great thing, man, to be in this truth and know about the Passover and really, rehearse the righteous acts. It makes you feel real good that you're here, because the majority of our nation are not here, Yahshua. They doing Easter and stuff of that nature. They still doing the customs of Babylon the Great, and we're not doing the customs of this world. We're doing our customs, our holy days of the Bible. And it feels real good to be here in the house of David, and you just feel blessed that the Lord opened us up to this. Because a lot of our people still are not here, and a lot of them about to get some judgment. Because the Lord dang, I done put all this, been out for so long. Because I think the Passover I'm going to put up was from 2010. So the Passover has been doing this for a long time, and people still though, I don't want to do that. Are you on that Hebrew Israelite stuff, nigga? You crazy? They still on that type of energy. Now, when the Lord start unaliving people, watch them get scared. And they're going to be wanting to know, man, what are we again? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, so watch for that to happen. Because things is turning up. I already see I'm at work, and these Edomites, they awfully quiet. It's a lot of quiet right now. We're in the calm before the storm. Because the Edomites been real quiet at work. Especially today, it was very quiet. And they know something big about to go down. They know they ain't about to deliver. Old Donald Trump, he ain't about to deliver. So, Lord willing, this is the last Passover. Something big go down. And we are so ready for the kingdom of heaven. So, Lord willing, is edifying. I want to say, Kwam Yashar Allah, and stay locked in, because Yahushua is quickly on the way. Shalom.